Hey, so it's been a while since the last video, and I just want to say that I'm sorry about that. I've just been busy with school, and I keep forgetting to record stuff, so that's my bad. Expect some more videos in 2026. In the time between the last video and now, I've simultaneously done a lot and also not that much work. If you've been following this project for a while, you've probably noticed that this game looks nothing like the one in the previous videos, and that is mostly correct. The player model, levels, level amount, logo, story, gameplay, goals, and even the entire movement system has changed. And what I meant by doing a lot and not doing much work is that the current game would not have taken me a year to make, maybe a month at most. But to get to the point that the game is at right now, that took me a year. And in that year, I essentially made 3 different games. And the reason it took me this long to get to this point is because I never really had a full and complete vision of the game. I know I wanted to make a backrooms game where you explore the backrooms, but that's pretty much all I had. So I made 3 separate versions of that game, and then out of those 3, the current version is what I stuck with. Moving on from all that boring stuff, let's get into what I've been doing these past few months. In case you weren't paying attention in the first part, both levels are almost completely different. And yes, I said both, as the other 7 levels didn't work with the new vision I had for the game. Now, this first level had like 2 redesigns over the course of the past 6 months, so I'll go over the first version first. This first version was huge, and I mean huge. So big, in fact, that I had to cut it up into like 6 sections, but that also meant that the game ran horribly, and I mean horribly. When I tried looking at even one section in the editor, my computer would catch on fire, and I have a 4060, so if I was trying to run it on a Quest, then that would just fucking kill it. And for this level, I did something that I've been trying to do for a while now, procedural generation, and it was decent, I guess. And because of how big this level was, it took 10 minutes just to load in to test the game, so I only tested it when I finished the entire level in October. And because I made the entire level without testing even once, I made the whole level too short and too small. And you may be asking, but F it, why didn't you just scale it all up? That's a great question, and I tried that, but every time I tried, Unity would crash because of how big it was. And yes, I tried scaling the models up individually, but then they weren't placed properly because I placed each one by hand, and I was not going to spend another 3 months making that level again. So I deleted it and started anew. Well, kind of. See, I still had the old version of this level, so I just decided to use that with a few minor upgrades. I improved the textures, changed the lighting, and raised the ceilings. This next level is way different than the first one. It is fully procedurally generated and actually not on the Backrooms wiki. I actually saw this in a YouTube video while I was making the first level and thought it would be cool to add, so I added it. This place has nothing except a barren blue walls and the occasional piece of furniture. Sometimes you can find the stage room filled with chairs and a stage. I call this place the convention center because it kind of looks like a convention center. If you have any better names for it, let me know down in the comments below. The lobby also went through a few redesigns as well. It went from a crappy room with a computer to another slightly less crappy room with a computer to a bigger room with a computer, and finally this, a room with no computer. Previously, the saving system wasn't very good. You would unlock a button every time you unlocked a level, and that was fine for that because of how small the levels were. In this version, I planned for the levels to be around 4 times as big as their old counterparts, and way harder to beat. So I needed something else. So I decided to make a checkpoint system, where I would put a few checkpoints around the map in each level, and it would save your spot every time you went through there. Another thing I added was multiplayer. This was something that I planned to add from the start, but I just never got around to it. So now you can enter your friend's room code, and you can join them in your adventure through the 2 entire levels. The sanity system was something I struggled implementing from the start. In the old version, sanity would run out based on a value set in each level, and when you ran out, you died. But in this version, there will be no dying or monsters. So I was kind of stuck on whether I should even keep the sanity system. But then I had an idea, something no other game has done so far, I think: hallucinations. Over time, as your sanity ran out, you would start hallucinating. Yells, cries for help, fake walls, monsters yelling, something out of the corner of your eye that you think was just your imagination, but you're not 100% sure. And then I realized how long that would take to make, so I scrapped it for the next update. If you want to play the early access version of The Occupant, go to the link in the description or search The Occupant on the Meta Store. If you have any suggestions for levels or things you think I should add, leave them in the comments or join my Discord server. I post regular updates there and also some other things as well. If you like this video, please consider subscribing or liking the video. It really helps a lot. Thanks for watching and have a happy new year!